Salam everyone. Welcome to my tutorial on circular measure. Circular measure is one of the easiest topic, but it can get tricky if you do not understand the diagram. So let's start with basics. Circular measure is a measure of angle commonly known as radians. So we will be dealing with angles in radians now. Make sure that your calculator is in radian mode whenever you are doing such kinds of questions, because you need to evaluate trigonometric ratios in radians. 1 radian is the angle subtended at the center of a circle radius r by an arc length r. यानी कि if you have the 1 radian is equivalent to the angle when you have a radius of 1, and whenever you have a radius and arc length equal to the same value, then the angle formed is 1 radian. Now you need to know that 2 pi radian is equals to 360 degree. So if 2 pi radian is equal to 360 degree, then using the ratio method you can get pi radian equals to 180 degree. You must be able to convert degrees into radians and radians into degrees. So let's say I have 30 degree. So in order to convert 30 degree into radians, I'll multiply it by pi upon 180. This is same as unitary method. So 30 degree multiplied by pi upon 180 would give you pi upon 6. This is the exact value. 0 radian is equivalent to 0 degrees. 45 degrees is equivalent to, so 45 into pi upon 180, pi upon 4. 60 into pi upon 180, pi upon 3. Now there might be a case where you might have to convert radian into degrees, so you multiply it by 180 upon pi. So for example, if you have pi upon 2 radian, pi upon 2 radian multiplied by 180 upon pi upon 2 radian multiplied by 180 over pi is equivalent to 90 degree. इसी तरीके से बाकी एंगल्स, we know pi radian is 180 degree. 270 would be equivalent to 3 pi over 2 radians, and 360 would be equivalent to 2 pi radians. Now in this you have to know how to calculate the arc length of a sector. Sector is basically a part of the circle. जिस तरह O levels में आप लोग कैलकुलेट करते थे, the arc length was theta over 360 times 2 pi r. In O levels you were using this formula, theta over 360 times 2 pi r. Okay, but we know that 360 is equivalent to 2 pi radians. So 2 pi cancelled out, you are left with theta r. This is your arc length. Okay. Similarly, using the same strategy, you can also find this area of a sector, but for the time being it's better to know that the formula is half rs or half r square theta. ठीक है, where theta is measured in radians. Please be mindful of this कि ये जो angle होगा वो radians में होगा. Now in the figure given, whatever the figure is comes up to you in the question, you need to remember these things. These are some basic formulas. Pythagoras theorem, if you have a right angle triangle inside a circle, so this might come to help. Pythagoras theorem, all trigonometric ratios, sin theta is a ratio of opposite over hypotenuse, cos theta is a ratio of adjacent over hypotenuse, tan theta is a ratio of opposite over adjacent. Sin rule, a upon sin a equals to b upon sin b equals to c upon sin c. ठीक है, ये सारे फॉर्मूलाज आप ओ लेवल्स में कर चुके हैं. कोसाइन रूल है c square is equal to a square plus b square minus 2ab cos c. And area of a triangle, so if you know the vertical height and the base, simply half into base into height. But let's say if you have two lengths, two sides of a triangle and an inclusive angle, then you can use half ab sin c. Challenge. So let's at this question. So let's look at this question. We have been given two circles. In this circle, PRT is the sector, TQS is a sector. This circle has center P, center Q is for circle C2. They are touching each other at point T. ठीक है, and thus the figure has been provided to you. You need to show in part 1 that RS is 8 centimeter, meaning you need to show that this length comes out to be 8 centimeter. By the way, this line RS is tangent to both the circles. ठीक है, अब ऐसे क्वेश्चंस के लिए ज़रूरी है कि आपको डायग्राम समझ में आ जाए. दिस इज़ अ ट्रिपीजियम बीइंग फॉर्म. ठीक है, ये पूरा एक ट्रिपीजियम है. इस ट्रिपीजियम को इफ़ यू ब्रेक, from here, you get a right angle triangle and you get a rectangle. So RS would be equivalent to this length. ठीक है. Now in a circle the radius remains constant. So PR अगर 8 है तो PT भी 8 होगा. QS अगर 2 है तो TQ भी 2 होगा. So this means that the length of PQ is 10 centimeter. Now this height, it needs to be calculated. So if you know that this length is 2, this length will also be 2. Total length was 8. 8 minus 2, this would be 6. So I have a right angle triangle being formed. जिसमें hypotenuse is 10, this length is 6. ठीक है. I need to calculate this length. I'll be using Pythagoras theorem. So let's say 10 square is equal to x square plus 6 square, and the value of x would be 100 minus 36, 64, and square root of this is 8 centimeter. So if this length is 8 centimeter, then RS must be 8 centimeter because it's the length of a length of a rectangle. So in rectangle, opposite lengths are equal, right? In part 2, you need to find the angle RPQ in radians correct to 4 significant figures. अच्छा, जो ये लोग कहें प्लीज़ उतने ही significant figures में आपको आंसर देना है. RPQ is this angle. Now I can use trigonometric ratios because I already know this information that I have a hypotenuse of 10. This length is 6. ठीक है. Let me call this point x. So XPQ. I need to evaluate this angle. So this angle would be, which trigonometric ratio would you use? You have the adjacent side. This is a right angle triangle. So you have the adjacent side and the hypotenuse side. You can very well use cos theta is equals to 6 over 10. And if you find the value of theta correct to 4 significant figures, you must be getting 0.9273. So this means that the angle RPQ up to 4 significant figures is 0.9273 radians. ठीक है. The next part is to find the area of the shaded region. Up, in order to answer this, you need to understand the diagram again. Your shaded region is this region, right? Now in order to find this, what you can do is you can find the area of this trapezium first, and then subtract the area of these sectors from it. ठीक है. थॉट प्रोसेस समझ में आया? अच्छा जी. तो शेडेड रीजन, shaded area would be equal to area of trapezium minus the area, sum of the area of, let me call this sector as A1, this sector as A2, A1 plus A2. Sorry. So area of trapezium is half into sum of parallel sides. The parallel sides are 8 and 2, and this distance is 8. ठीक है. Minus, in order to find the area of a sector, you will be using the formula for the area of sector, which was half r square theta. Half the radius for sector 1 is 8, half r square. Now this angle we just calculated, it is 0.9273. So half r square theta is 0.9273 plus the area of the smaller sector, but we do not have the angle yet. So let's find the angle for this. This is the complete angle. Okay. Using the sum of the angles of a triangle, you can find this length, this angle TQX, which would be pi minus, this is pi over 2 plus 0.9273. So this angle comes out to be 0.6435. अच्छा, अब आपको ये पता है कि ये जो XQS है ये पाई ओवर 2 है, तो कंप्लीट एंगल TQS क्या हो जाएगा? 0.6435 प्लस पाई ओवर 2. So the complete angle will now come out to be 2.2143 radians. So this is the angle that we will be using for the smaller sector. So plus half, the radius was 2, half r square 2.2143. Okay, do the maths, simplify this. इसका ट्रेपेजियम का एरिया इज 40. Work this out, you must get 34.102 and 5.89 something, so roughly 5.90 centimeter square is the area of the shaded region. Alright, so इस question में you have been given a diagram. AYB is a semicircle with AB as a diameter. This AB is the diameter of this semicircle AYB. OAXB is the sector with center O. Angle AOB is given to you as 2 theta. You need to find an expression in terms of r and theta for the area of this shaded region. Okay, now this sector is being overlapped with your semicircle, so it's a question on basically overlapping, and you are being asked to find an expression for shaded region. In order to find the area of the shaded region, let's first find this area of the segment. To find the area of this segment, what you need to realize is you first find the area of this sector and then you minus the area of this triangle. Okay, so that's my thought process. Area of sector AOB minus area of triangle AOB. This will give you the area of segment. So area of sector AOB is half r square, एंगल क्या है इसके बीच में 2 थीटा, माइनस द एरिया ऑफ ट्राइंगल विच इज हाफ, this is r, right? So r square and the angle would be 2 theta, so sin 2 theta, half AB sin C. This gives you the area of segment. ये area है segment AXB. Alright. अच्छा. Now in order to find the area of this shaded region, just a second, you need to find the, in order to find the area of this shaded region, what you can do is इस semicircle में से you can subtract this segment. अच्छा, many students have go for this confusion that they consider AXB as a diameter because they think it looks like the same, but this is a part of, this is a segment, not a semicircle. अच्छा, so in order to find this area, we'll subtract this area from it. So shaded area would be area of semicircle, which is half times pi r square. Now the radius of this circle would be this length, and this length, if you consider this will be, this makes it a right angle triangle. You have OA as your hypotenuse, this as your theta. So the radius, the length from A to the midpoint of AB would be r sin theta. तो ये इसका रेडियस हो जाएगा. So pi r sin theta square. So pi r square over 2 for that, minus the area which you just found, half r square 2 theta minus half r square sin 2 theta. So now you can just simplify this, and after simplification you will get pi r square sin square theta over 2 minus 1 over 2 r square 2 theta plus half r square sin 2 theta. This is the expression in terms of theta and radius. That's your answer. Alright, so in this question you have been given a rhombus. A rhombus is a figure which have all equal sides. So rhombus ABCD has been given to you. Point P and Q lie on the diagonal AC such that BPD is the arc of a circle. BPD and BQD are an arc of a circle. So if you are taking BQD as an arc, then A would be your center of the sector. center of a circle. Each side of radius is 5, meaning this length is 5, this would be 5, this would be 5, this would be 5, and the angle BAD given to you is 1.2. Okay. Now in this you need to find the area of the shaded region. This is the area of the shaded. If you pause this video and try to do it on your own, it will be great. Okay, so the way I go about this question is, what I can do is I can find this region first and then multiply it by 2 to get the area of BPQD. Now in order to find this region would be obtained by subtracting the area of this triangle from the area of this sector. So let's begin. So shaded area is equal to area of sector, which is half 5 square, theta is 1.2, then the area of the triangle is half AB sine of 1.2. So if you work this out, you get 3.349, and this is this region, right? So shaded region BPDQ would be twice of this, and the value comes out to be 6.69, which is 6.70 rounded up. Now in the second part you are being asked to find the length of PQ. Okay, so PQ is basically this length. So let's find first AC length, which is this diagonal. So AC is this diagonal. In order to find this length, I need this angle ADC. If this angle is 1.2, then this angle would be pi minus 1.2, which is 1.9415. Once I have this angle, तो फिर cosine rule apply कर दें, which was AC square is equals to 5 square plus 5 square minus 2 times 5 times cos of 1.9415, and from here you can get the value of AC as 8.253. So if AC is 8.253, let me call the midpoint X. Let me call this midpoint X. So AX would be half of AC, which will be 4.126. Now I have this length AX, okay, and I know that AQ represents the radius. So this length AQ is the radius. So AQ is also 5. So XQ would be calculated as radius, which is AQ, minus 4.126, and PQ is twice of XQ. So twice of 5 minus 4.126, which is 1.75 centimeter. ठीक है. अच्छा, तो इस क्वेश्चन में ABC एक equilateral triangle है. An equilateral triangle is a triangle in which all the angles are 60 degree. So I can write pi upon 3, which is equivalent to 60 degree. Okay, each and every angle is 60 degree, which is pi over 3, and every length is 2 centimeter they have given to you. The midpoint of BC is Q. An arc of a circle with center A touches BC at Q. So an arc of a circle with center A touches BC at Q and meets AB at the point P and R. ठीक है. Find the total area of the shaded region, meaning this area and this area. So the thought process would be the shaded area would be equal to the area of the triangle minus the area of the sector. So you can find the area of this triangle and then subtract the area of this sector from it. Area of the triangle would be half. Okay, in order to find the area of the triangle, what you can do is you can break the figure over here. So what you can observe is that this over here is a right angle triangle. If it's a right angle triangle, then hypotenuse is 2, this length is 1, and this length would be, using Pythagoras theorem, this length would be root 3. So the area of this complete triangle ABC would be half times 2 times root 3 minus the area of the sector, which is half times r. Now the radius is AQ. AQ, AP and AR all represent radius. ठीक है, so radius हो जाएगा root 3 half times r square times theta. The angle is pi by 3. So you get root 3 minus 3 by 2 times pi by 3, and the final answer is root 3 minus pi by 2 centimeter square. Thank you guys.